Hi guys, Jason from JVA Carpy Adventures, and you join me on another Friday, this time not after work o'clock. I've actually taken a day off guys because I've come to a brand new venue, never been in here before, and that's Cottington Lakes in Deal, Kent. So I've been fortunate enough to get onto New Pepper, which is one of their specimen lakes here, and I've actually got into swim 10, which I'm reliably informed isn't that bad a swim, so fingers crossed. But for now, let's just roll that intro. Alright guys, so like I said, I'm at Cottington Lakes on New Pepper, swim 10, and booked on from 8 o'clock. It's about 9:30 now. I have got the rods out, literally just put them anywhere for now if I'm honest guys. There's a little bit of fizzing, a couple of rod lengths out to my right, so I've put one there and I've gone off the side of the main island in front of me. So I'm just going to swing the camera around guys so you can have a little look at the swim. I haven't got all my stuff set up, I'm still really hot, sweaty, I've got loads to do, but the rods are in at least, so let's start by just showing you the swim I think. So just thought I'd show you where my swim is. Essentially, I've got this island here, and there's also a further island, and where that sort of bush is here, I can go back to the further island up to that point, and this channel over here up to about halfway. I'm going to show you on the map here anyway guys, so if you're here ever here, this is swim 10 for you guys now. See, I've never ever been here before, so I'm going to get myself set up. Once I've set up, I will put the bait boat out with the deeper, investigate the water, see what I can find. Now I'm very fortunate really guys, I've actually got a few of my mates here that I've met at Mousehole Lakes, and again massive thanks to Michael for the help he's given me with regards to pointing me in the right direction for a good swim and advice, so I appreciate that Michael, big time. Right, so I'm going to finish getting set up guys, and then like I said I'll put the deeper out and then I'll probably end up redoing the rods, but for now I've got one in the margin just over here in front of this tree line, and then one just to the right hand side of the main island in front of me. That's where they are for now guys, that's where they're going to be until I've investigated the water a bit better and found some spots. Thanks for watching guys. Evening guys, well it's coming up to 5 o'clock and I'm probably going to redo the rods shortly before we lose daylight, and nothing much to report during the day, but I did have a bream. Guess I'm going to be moving to bigger baits guys. First one for me is a small little bream, not exactly what I'm after. So it has enlightened me to the fact I need to hook on to bigger baits. So I've just done up a couple snowman rigs, one in sort of a tiger nut and banoffee boilie, and the other with a garlic and robin red and one of the sticky krill active wafters in there, so one of them in there guys. The other one's been topped with a Bait Solutions turtle nuts. So yeah, just thought I'd show you them quickly before I put them out guys, and I'll probably show you where they are later on. Evening all. So my first evening at New Pepper at Cottington Lakes. The only success I've had during the day, like I said, was a bream. So that kind of made me make up my mind what I was going to be putting out in the evening, which was two sort of snowman rigs. One is sort of a Bait Solutions pop-up, which is a turtle nuts paired with a banoffee larger bottom, and the other one is a sticky active krill wafter paired with a larger garlic and robin red bottom. I've put them both out with a little bit of bait today guys. I don't normally put a bit of bait out, but the bailiffs were around this morning and said bait's been doing well. Dan next to me's put some bait out tonight, so I feel confident that's probably the way to go. I've got to go off for these guys' advice. This is their lake primarily, so yeah, I'm definitely going to follow their advice. So my edge of my water for the second island is this tree, so I'm literally just in front of that. You're going to have to forgive the finger, but I am literally just in front of that, 2 foot. Now the island that is right in front of me is this island here, and I've gone just in front of this bush here, again probably about 2 foot off the island. So the far island has got the tiger nut and toffee sort of banoffee bait on, if you like, and the closer one's got the active krill and garlic robin red. So fingers crossed for tonight, guys. I'm going to be able to bring you a fish. Like I said, Mickey over the other side has had a 41 pounder, I believe. I'm going to put that up now for you guys to see, so congrats to you, Mick. Nice one, fella. Right, let's see what the evening brings. Thanks for watching, guys. Morning all. Well, 7 o'clock Saturday morning, and that lack of footage means, yeah, didn't have no fish in the net last night, guys. I won't say it wasn't eventful. Dan next to me thought he had a bite, pulled it in. Unfortunately, it was a whole load of trailing lines which also picked up my line. Fortunately, I was able, well, Dan was able to sort of cut my line free, and then I just reeled in, pulling all this line, and then there was still fish hooked at the end of it. So there's fish tethered to someone's line that's lost it out there, which is pretty bad. And there was quite a lot of line, quite a few rigs all tangled up, and it was a hell of a mess. Fortunately, me and Dan were able to get the fish back to the water safely, and it was about £30, guys, £30 common, so it was a fair old chunk, to be fair. So don't know how long it's been tethered, but obviously it'd gone across our lines, picked us both up, Dan reeled it in, so it meant pitch black. I was trying to put tubing back on my rod, put the rig back on and get it back out. Now afterwards, so after I'd gone and done it, I'd spent about 20 minutes trying to get this tubing on, guys. My eyesight is not good, tubing is not my favourite thing to try and put on, but got it out. I was like, oh phew, excellent. Turned round and looked at my spare rod number 3 leaning up against a bivvy that's already rigged up, ready to go, even with a rig on it, just didn't have a lead in it. How stupid did I feel? I could have messed around with the tubing and everything today, couldn't I? That kind of is the purpose of having a spare rod right next to your bivvy, isn't it, guys? So yeah, I felt like a bit of a twat last night, guys, I've got to be honest. Well, it's a bit colder this morning, to say the least, hence why I'm wrapped up. And I've got a coffee, so I'm going to enjoy my coffee, watch the water. As always, guys, there's a new place, so I don't know anything about the lake, so I'm going to be leaving the rods in till at least 10 o'clock and then think about maybe a comfort break. Thanks for watching. Praying I can bring you a fish. Like I said, don't feel too terrible, because Dan, who's like an absolute regular here, knows it like the back of his hand. He hasn't had anything last night, and I'm out to the same sort of spots, so I'm not too unhappy about that, but let's see what today brings. Alright guys, so as I've already said, last night, chap next to me, Dan, hooked into what he thought was a fish, but unfortunately it was a fish, but with a trailing line and everything. Took out my line, took out his. He managed to get it all in. We kind of separated all this lot from it, and there was still a 30-pound odd fish tethered to it, so Dan managed to get that released and get that back safely. But yeah, this is what caused mayhem for both of us last night. Afternoon, guys, so coming up to 12 o'clock Saturday, and so far I haven't been able to put a fish on the bank. But what I kind of want to highlight, obviously over the years fishing you meet some nice people, and I've met some lovely people at Mousehole, and it just so happens a few of them are actually down at the bank here on New Pepper with me. So I was lucky enough to be talking to Michael before I got here via text, gave me the SP on what area to head for, and I got into what I believe is an okay swim. So after watching a load of videos online, I came with the mindset of putting out a small mesh bag full of bait, and that's it, nothing else really. So I didn't really prep a whole load of bait. Obviously there's bucket loads in the van. but there's a few baits on this site that have been doing particularly well, one of them being Steamy's TNT, of which I didn't have any with me. So I asked Michael this morning about shooting up to the shop here and getting some. He said I don't think they got any. So literally 10 minutes later, him and his dad put a load of Steamy's in a tub for me. Said, I'll send your bait boat over and we'll knock them over to you. So yeah, send me a load of mixed TNT boilies. Thank you guys, seriously appreciate it so much. And then Dan, who's next to me, who's a really nice guy, he's helped me out before at Mousehole when I caught a like 30 pounder on a zig and got snagged up. He walked around from 7 and helped me. So I've met Dan and spoke to Dan quite a bit before. Lovely guy. He's gone and given me half of these Steamy's boilies. I mean, that's a 5 kilo bag, guys. So obviously I went back to the van, got some stuff, and he would not accept anything for it. Offered him a score, he weren't having it. Offered him bait, weren't having it. Seriously guys, just too nice. This is one of the things that any of you guys that don't do fishing regularly, you're missing out on, you know, some really cracking guys on the bank, and you know, you make some new friendships and like-minded people, decent people, good at angling, enjoy it and want to help others. And perfect example here, guys. You know, if I catch now, I can tell you 100% it's going to be down to the help from, you know, these 3 guys that are with me this weekend. So firstly, cheers guys, you know, you all really appreciate it. Secondly, I need to get my arse in gear, because yesterday afternoon Mikey had that 41 pounder out of it, absolutely amazing. I'm going to show you it again now because it was a lovely fish. So I need to get my arse in gear, get the rods out. Now one thing I will say, the island straight in front of me, guys, I did actually see a fish show this morning and it had to be pretty big. I just caught it going down, but the ripples came back to my bank, and that's a little bit of distance, so that was a fair size. So I'm definitely going there. The other one I will be going out towards the further island, but whereas I didn't put too much bait out yesterday, now I've been given some, I'm actually going to be putting a fair bit of bait out today, and for that I'm going to use the Vortex by Stealth Cam. I've already put some bait out for Dan next to me, and we're both going to be using it this weekend to hopefully give a really good wide spread of bait and get those fish in our area. So let me get my rods out and then I'll show you where they are, guys. So this week you've been joining me from Cottington Lakes, and obviously I'm on New Pepper this week, guys. Now first of all, just to let you know, I did actually book that through the Swim Booker app. So they've now got, I think, over 200 sites in the UK that you can book via the app. Really simple, really straightforward, and really intuitive and easy to use, so that's really worthwhile, guys. But I also wanted to let you know that I'm also a member of Swim Booker Plus, which is basically their angling insurance, and you get loads of weekly giveaways, free weekly giveaways, other perks, discount in different angling establishments and stuff like that. So really worthwhile being a member, guys. I think it only cost me something like £4.99 a month. It's going to insure my gear up to a cost of £1,000 now. If, like me, you've got an awful lot of expensive gear, then it's not going to cover all your gear, but it will cover part of it, guys, and worthwhile having for the small outlay. So I'm going to put links below to Swim Booker. If you're interested in that sort of thing, go and have a look, guys. I certainly think it's worthwhile, and obviously with booking all the venues in the UK, it's really handy when you can know you can just book a venue. You don't have to try and turn up, see if you've got spaces there or anything like that. Go via the Swim Booker app, book yourself a spot, get onto a good lake like I have this weekend, and hopefully, fingers crossed, may even catch. Evening, guys. So about 5:30 Saturday evening, and I've just redone both rods for the evening. Now up till now I have been having one on Sticky Baits Active Krill and one on Steamy's or Bait Solutions Total Nuts. Now I've moved them both over to Steamy's TNT boilies. I've doubled them up with a little bit of corn on top, and thanks to Dan and the massive bag of boilies he's given me, I've used the Vortex from Stealth Cam UK to put a really good spread of bait over both of them. So the Vortex on its way back from a mighty mission of delivering bait. What a great tour for them. So that's about as confident as I can be going into the evening, guys. So let's quickly show you where they are. Like I said, both of them have got Steamy's TNT doubled up, try and keep the bream away, along with a corn topper. So first one, centre of the screen now. I'm going to hope that it will lighten up a little bit. Here we go. So this tree that you can see in the middle here, guys, I am literally in front of that by about half a rod length. I didn't want to go tight, so I've kept it a little bit out. Brought the bait boat out a little bit, because if you've seen the vortex in action, it can spread bait a hell of a long way. Really decent. These are 18mm boilies as well, so they can go a bit of distance. So pulled the boat out, got a really lovely spread of bait over there, so I'm well happy with that. Now the second one is actually quite a bit closer to me, so I have got this island in front of me with a big tree overhanging there that you can see in the middle, and I'll be honest, I've kind of gone underneath that, guys. It does look like there's a cable trailing here, so I've avoided that and gone over to this side instead. And again, like I said, that's Steamy's TNT doubled up boilies, topped with a little bit of corn. I've also been putting corn out with both rigs, guys, just to let you know. So I am fairly confident, guys. Now nothing has actually been out today, I don't think. I think maybe Connor in 15 has had one out today, so that would be one fish out today, I believe. But everyone else is in the same boat as me, having a bit of a tough day, so I don't feel too bad. My first time on the lakes. Obviously I have had the advice and benefit of having mates here that know the lake quite well, so hopefully I'm going to draw on that and hopefully get you guys a fish tonight, fingers crossed. Keep watching, guys. If not, it'll be a miserable update in the morning, I guess. No, I'm only joking, guys. It's been really heartwarming for me, guys, this weekend, if I'm honest, because, you know, guys that I've known from Mousehole Lakes have really treated me well this week, and it made it an enjoyable trip for me. Either way, catch a fish or not, it has been a really good weekend for me, guys. So, you know, it's all good. I'm out on the bank, I'm not working, I'm enjoying nature. It is beautiful out here. When the sun goes down, temperatures are going to drop, but it is beautiful out here. Alright, guys, hopefully give you an update sometime between now and tomorrow morning. I've got to be off early with a lump. Morning, guys. So it's about 5 o'clock here on Cottington Lakes, and up to now I have had no fish whatsoever. Now obviously it's my first time here, so I'm not going to make excuses. I've got Dan next to me in Swim 11 who's been here a lot, knows it like the back of his hand, and unfortunately he also hasn't had anything, so I don't feel terrible about it. But what I will say, there's a couple of hours before I need to be off, so I have to be off by 7 here today, so I'm going to start packing up now. So I am going to call a close to this session, but I just want to let you guys all know, so far I haven't had a fish, but yeah, I've had a really good time this weekend, guys. From before coming here, speaking to Michael, who's on fishing on the other bank with his dad, giving me the lowdown on what swims I should head for, pointing me in the right direction, letting me know about the bream and all the rest of it, to getting here, getting in a swim I did want to get to. I'm next to Dan, I'm in a good enough swim here, and then the guys taking care of me the weekend send me a bait over via the bait boat. Dan giving me a load of his bait as well, to make sure that I'm putting in stuff that is used frequently on this lake and captures frequently on this lake. So I've had it all going for me, to be fair, guys. I've just been unlucky up to now. The only one out of the group that has caught has been Mike. Caught on the first, not on the first actually, they came Thursday, so on Friday Michael had that PB, which is fantastic. Well done, dude. So it hasn't happened to me for me here at Cottington Lakes, but this is what I can make out. I haven't seen the whole complex, but certainly from what I've seen, I think a really good fishery that is up and coming. It's got a new owner now, I believe is Lee. They've already put in a new pathway which is behind me around this side of the lake, which has improved it drastically from what I could gather from people I spoke to on Friday morning. When I got here, they were really pleased about it. There's plans to net it to take care of most of the bream this winter, basically, and they're redoing the swims. I think they're going to be closing it for like a week so that they can redo all the swims here and, you know, really get them up to date. So massive positives for Cottington Lakes here, guys, and I 100% will be coming back, hopefully with Connor. So please, you know, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. If you've enjoyed this fishless video, give it the old thumbs up, and if you want to be notified of future posts, hit that bell icon. So I know there's a couple of hours left, guys, but for now I'm going to say stay safe, stay fishing. I'll see you in the next vlog.